This is the Truth Network.
It's Storytime, Memaw, an answered prayer for stories that point children to God. And here's today's story with Joanne Vickner.
God rescued us. A true story. With spring break upon us, Memaw called and said, "Let's take a road trip." Of course we said yes and packed our bags. She booked a room on the beach, bought tickets for indoor swimming, just in case, and searched for fun restaurants. After spending the night with her, the next morning, we kissed Pawpaw goodbye and headed out. First things first, we prayed. I always pray first, and then Bubba and Memaw closes. We thank God for the trip and pray for safety. We've never forgotten the blowout we had last summer. That was scary. Our first stop, the Shed Barbecue and Blues joint. Can you believe it? They had thousands and thousands of dollar bills stabbed with forks stuck to the entire ceiling. Now that's just crazy. A musician sang 2 songs as we ate, and then he announced, "Name that tune." He turned on a recording. It was beating bongo drums. Memaw's eyes lit up and her hand shot up almost immediately. He stopped the music, pointed to her, and she yelled, "Hawaii 5-0." She was right. He hit a button and played the theme song as he handed her a prize, a koozie for her Coke. Memaw was so excited you would have thought she won a fortune. The next stop was the beach. When we turned onto Beach Boulevard, the humongous ocean was in full view. I wanted to get in the water right away, so Memaw turned left at the first light. We started laughing when she jumped the curb, said oops, and parked. She thought it was the entrance to the parking area, but it wasn't. We kicked off our shoes and raced to the water. The winds were whipping and the waves were crashing on shore. The Gulf of Mexico was cold. Memaw barely inched her feet into the water, but me and Bubba eventually went all in. We had a blast jumping the waves and even sat in our chairs in the water and let the waves knock us over. 2 hours later, we dried off, knocked the sand off our feet, and checked into the hotel. That's when we heard they were having a big spring break event that weekend starting the next day. We unpacked, grabbed our tickets, and went to the water park. There, the water was warm, but Memaw still didn't get wet. Afterwards, we ate fried pickles and seafood at Shaggy's restaurant. All 3 of us sat together at the same time in Shaggy's giant chair out front while a man took our picture. It was hilarious watching Memaw try to get out of it. We helped her and couldn't stop laughing. We slept all night and woke up to clear skies, smooth seas, and calm winds. I was ready to bury my feet in the white sand and chase Bub in the water, but Memaw said, "No. Eat your donuts and pack. We're leaving." "Leaving? But Memaw, we're having so much fun." "Mind me, May," she said. "We must go. I'll explain later." We cleared out, turned in our keys, and left. You wouldn't believe how many cars were lined up along the beach, bumper to bumper, with the doors wide open and playing music. People were hanging out everywhere. Memaw wasn't all smiles now. She was concerned about something. I said goodbye to the ocean and asked Memaw why we had to leave so soon. I'll never forget her words. She told me that morning that she spent time in the Word and said her prayers. She sensed God telling her to leave. She didn't hear him speak like before, but she sensed it and felt a sense of dread until we hit the highway. She said, "May, some people don't believe God still speaks to us, but he does, and we would be wise to obey." I didn't ask any more questions and looked forward to visiting the Space Center, but that's a whole other story. We went home that evening. The following night, the news reported gunshots rang out near the hotel we were staying at. Police officers were assaulted and one was shot in the arm. 4 people were injured and taken to the hospital. Then there was a second shooting near the same place, and one person was killed. That's shocking. I'm glad Memaw listened to the voice of God, and I hope I will learn to sense Him speaking to me too. John 10:27. My sheep hear my voice, and I know them, and they follow me.
If you enjoy Joanne's stories, her book is available on Amazon, and her website at itsstorytimememaw.com. That's itsstorytimememaw.com. Go ahead and order it today, and thanks for listening.